The chair of the Commission for the Promotion and Protection of Cultural, Religious and Linguistic Rights, Thoko Mkhwanazi-Xaluva, is stressing the importance of the independence of a new committee. It's called a Section 22 committee. She was speaking at the committee's launch. It's aimed at safeguarding communities from exploitation. In 2015 and 2016, the CRL Commission conducted an investigation into the commercialization of religion and abuse of people's belief systems. That inquiry revealed a series of alarming incidents and trends that garnered international or national attention. Newzroom Africa's Nqobile, Madlala and Nasiphi are tracking the story for us. They join us live for more. Let's start with Nqobile. Nqobile, good afternoon to you. What is this committee going to be doing?
Good afternoon, Stephen. So basically the committee is going to be looking at, from what we are seeing here, it's going to look at a charter for self-regulation. What does that mean? It means that the sector itself is going to be open to regulate itself. It's going to come up with code of conduct, which is going to look at how the sector can operate and what people are accountable to what. We heard a little earlier on when Nasiphi spoke about what happened to her when she was in church and under the church program. She spoke about how she was not protected. Now, this committee is going to be looking at protecting the people's right, especially when they come into the church. They say that when you go to a church, your guard is down, you feel like you're protected, and this is where things go wrong. So they are going to ensure that those that are the leaders are in fact regulated and that they are doing things by the code of conduct. But of course, this is going to be a lengthy process. It might take years, it might take months, but it's going to be a process where they're going to be going around the country speaking to various leaders. But I want to bring in now my guest to give us more details because you are in support of what is taking place here, sir.
Yeah, correct. My name is Reverend Dr. John Maluma. I represent the Evangelical Alliance of South Africa, a body that is a fellowship to more than 4.2 million believers in this country. And we as TISA, we welcome the invitation that we received to serve in the Section 22 committee that is tasked with engaging through consultation with the believers throughout the country for the next, maybe, 2 years or 3 years, it will depend. But we now call upon all believers to respond to all the consultative processes that will take place across the country. Please don't stand on the sideline and criticize. Take the initiative to be part of this process. And we also welcome people that have been victims to come and participate in the consultation process that we're going to undertake shortly. So we welcome the initiative, and we're glad that the Commission has released the committee to independently engage with the communities rather than itself, as it happened in the past. So we hope that this process will bury any confusion, any doubt that we really meant to look at how we can protect our members and then create a safe space for members who come to our churches.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. I want to bring in Xaluva to speak to us about that because I know that there's been a reaction against what has taken place here. In fact, my colleague Nasiphi, where she is, she's seen marches around and people are saying they're against what is taking place here because it's regulation of churches and regulation of Christianity in itself. Is it?
We have never spoken of regulating religion. We've always said freedom of religion is sacrosanct. And we've said repeatedly that this process here is not a CRL process. Anyone who has eyes has seen that these are serious religious leaders we're talking about. We are talking about over 45 million Christians who are represented here, and that's a conservative figure. They can do their maths. So we say those that are out there must join the Section 22 committee when they go to provinces, because we want to say to them, participate, because this is not going to stop. We have handed it over to Section 22. We'll make sure that you know where it's happening. We'll put it on all our social media platforms. will tell the media where the consultations are happening. They are invited to join the Section 22 committee in the consultation process.
Mama, why is it important for this regulation to take place?
We are in trouble as Christians in this country. We all know that the few that are doing outrageous things cannot be managed or controlled using existing laws. Because existing laws wait for you to commit a serious crime, and they wait for the victim to go to the police station. And a lot of people have told us, victims, that if I had a place of other religious leaders, I would have gone there rather than to the police station. You see, people will say there are enough laws to deal with every eventuality. We have said that religious leaders who commit serious offenses, like sexual offenses, they go out on bail. They go back to the pulpit and continue where they left off while the case is going on. But if we had a structure, that structure would have dealt with them. Of religious leaders, not of CRL commissioners or staff or whatever.
Just quickly, Mama, how long is this supposed to be? What's the duration?
We are pushing for 1 year. We'll be pressing the Section 22 for 1 flat year.
Thank you very much. So religious leaders here from mega churches, Stephen, I'm talking about Chembe, I'm talking about ZCC. There are a lot of members that are part of this committee, and really it's looking into how can the industry be regulated so people are in fact accountable.
Nqobile and Madlala, thank you very much indeed. Meanwhile, the South African Church Defenders in Cape Town has written to Parliament. They oppose the creation of this committee, while the CRL Rights Commission says the peer review system would curb the abuse and strengthen accountability. This group argues that the state would be overreaching into church affairs. Newzroom Afrika reporter Nasiphi Summit joins us now for more on this. Nasiphi, good afternoon to you. What are this group's concerns?
Well, Stephen, as you mentioned there, that not everybody is on board with the Section 22 committee, and the South African Church Defenders say that the proposed system could undermine the autonomy and open the door of the churches to censorship. And this morning, ahead of that briefing, we had a media briefing here in Khayelitsha, where we had Bishop Templin Mbegwa in that briefing saying that here, or the church is here, and she has risen, basically speaking on the fact that this committee has been launched. But to speak to us more, I am joined by Apostle Nqesi, who is the Western Cape coordinator. The Section 22 committee has been established, which is something that you are against. Talk to us about the core reasons why we are here today and why you're opposing the establishment of this committee.
Yeah, proper procedures were not followed. This Section 22, so-called Section 22, is not even a Section 22. This is a Xaluva Commission, because no proper consultation. The broader church was not consulted. No one was told. The public was not called. But what Xaluva did, she went around handpicking those people that she knows she agrees with to be part of the committee. So we are objecting to this committee, which says we must go back to the drawing board, start afresh, because there's no proper consultation. And remember, Xaluva in this thing, she's conflicted. She has an opinion because she wants to regulate the church. She has been very blasphemous against the church. She insulted the church. She said, if somebody comes to you and said, God has called you, that person needs to go and be taken to a psychiatric hospital. Those utterances, she's been public about it. She has taken a side on this matter. She's conflicted. Those utterances alone, they are blasphemous. It's an insult to the church. So we are calling for her removal. It will be better if we were speaking to somebody that was partial, that did not take side. But Xaluva has taken side on this. And with this commission, They are just wanting to rubber stamp. It's just a way of just going and said, yes, we did consult. It's just rubber stamping. All those people that are there, they've got questionable characters, like the chairperson that they are talking about, Xulu. Is questionable. He's been involved in all sort of things, accusations of corruptions and so on. Yeah.
What I want to know, will you be part of this consultation process when it does come to the Western Cape and in other parts where the group has established itself?
At the moment, we will not be part. We can't, we will be legitimizing. It's illegitimate. So if we go to those meetings, then it means we legitimize them. The proper procedures, that's why we are engaging the COCTA. We are calling upon Dr. Zweli Mkhize, the chairperson of COCTA, to intervene in this matter. We have written a letter to them and we'll be calling him to a meeting because we want Xaluva to be removed. And we are having a march. And this is done deliberately, that they have launched this today because they are already aware of the march that is going to the Union Building. That is organized by the church, the defenders of the church, that is going to Union Building.
Thank you so much. We understand that another protest to Parliament after the one to Union Building, where a memorandum of demands will be handed over. There is some resistance in various structures within the religious fraternity when it comes to Section 22 committee that has not only been established but launched today.